Before I say anything else, I want to say thank you for your support, for everything that you've done for not just funds, because everyone thinks, oh, you know, there's deep group, there's this group, there's all sorts of groups, we need money, and yes, we did, and we've proven that you can run an election without godfathers, godmothers, or people with special interests. You made this possible. You showed Nigerians that elections might not be free, but it's not very expensive.
That's right.
And you let them know that there's a lot riding on, because there is nobody who works for the cabals that did it for free. There's nobody who did what you did, the sleepless nights, the messages, the texting. You called family in Nigeria, you called people at home, you threatened them with world agreements. You threatened them with world agreements. You told them to vote. Your influence, I don't know if you remember, Sowore went to Abuja. Was that in July or something? And we marched, and we had the PVC registration extended by 2 weeks. Yes. You did that. That wasn't money. You did that. You made that possible. You talked to people. You didn't. Every time, sometimes I look at Sowore and he's like, when the plane is touching down, he will turn on the face like, I'm like, please. Is it the wing of the plane we want to do? But you guys were there every step of the way. By the time I'm logging on, I see 200 viewers, 300 viewers. Who are the people with data? Who are the people who made this possible? Who are the people who watched every single town hall? Who are the people who were telling us what was happening in our movement? Who were telling us what was happening from Sapele to Ifetumodu to Ondo to... You were the people who were letting us know. There are people in this room who were not from the north that put down cash money for materials, for Nasarawa, for Gombe, for Yobe, for Yola, for Abuja. You guys did that. So first of all, before I even introduce the man of the hour, I want to crave your indulgence to say, could you all please clap for yourselves? You
Take it back! Action! No going back! Yes,
if I knew names, I would call you all one by one. Citizen AY, the host with the most. He had his page going 247. You guys recruited people and you did amazingly well. Behind me, the 100 group, Friends of Sowore, they came through, they bridged so many gaps. Some we know of, some we have never heard of. People from Luton, from Manchester, we have people from Leeds in this room. You guys did amazingly. However, all of this came about because one man said, this can't continue.
That's right.
One man said, enough is enough.
That's right.
There are people who have lived here for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, and have never bothered about politics in Nigeria.
That's right. That's
Until
right.
this man came along and gave us something to hope for, something to believe in, something to say, wait, so you mean in my while I'm still alive, not another time, not my children or my children's children, Nigerians will actually be sensitized enough to actually get up, to vote, to do something. So, with all of the gratitude, all of the pride, I joined this movement as a and now you could not pay me to back out of this.
Wow.
All of the pride, all of the thank you. May I present the presidential candidates of the African Action Congress, the convener of the Take It Back movement, Kiribo Indigene, the small dreams.
That's right.
The reason why we're here today. May I present Mr. Stephen Omoyele Sowore.
Take it back. Action. Thank you so much, Pedro. Oh my goodness, I am excited to be here tonight in London, and the reason is very, very simple. When the elections were over, I woke up the next day wondering, what are we doing this morning? And I called everybody and they said, you know, elections are over. So we have nothing to do for the first time in 1 year. Happening here in London tonight as well. When we were putting this together, we were worried that people would be down and they would feel disappointed and won't show up. So we said, let's just go look for a small place, don't announce it. But I told Pedro, I said, please, let's announce it. You know, even if people don't show up, we'll still live stream 3 people. And I appreciate that. I mean, look at this room, it's full of people. And I'm very, very grateful to all of you, without exception, for doing what you did. It's not just this room. There's a lot of people who couldn't make it here tonight because they had to work. And so many people who got the messages or notice too late. A lot of people are out there. But you know, whomever can't be here in this room, they're probably on our live stream as well. Facebook page. I have never seen, honestly, that many committed people in my life. You know, just a few committed people who are determined to do what is right, no matter the cost of what it will take to do what is right. That is what we saw in AEC. That was what we even saw with the tenacity in the election. That was why our number of voters, the one they allocated to us.
It was allocation.
Number of voters. It was unique. 33,000. You know, it's like 33. You know.
Magic number.
But you know that there's a beer called 33. So uniquely, we have a duty to move that 33,000 to 33 million in that.
Take it back. Action. Don't surrender.
No retreat. So, even though we're here tonight to just get the mix together, I also must introduce to you another gentleman who left the UK to go contest as a member of the House of Representatives in Surulere area of Lagos. There's Honorable Taiwo Bironke sitting down here. You know, people will be telling you stories about what's happening in Nigeria. We had a unique situation. I went to campaign with him in Surulere, and we had 6, you know, you should listen to this, 6 policemen, mobile policemen carrying AK-47 guns, and we thought we had security. Parked our car in the compound of where we're having the event. We had this many people in the event. We finished the event, area boys held us up. They were demanding for 500,000 naira to let us go.
It was live stream.
So this one wasn't like this wasn't live stream, you know. So, and they met with him and said, you have to give us money because you have a high value target in the car. You know, I lowered my glass in the car and I said to them, you can hold me here for as long as you want. I'm not going to give you a dime. Because it's not a crime to want to save one's country. But when we turned around, hoping that the police would protect us, and the policemen were telling us, you better find them something. With 6 guns, you know, blazing. They were telling us, they kept telling us, go and discuss with them now. So we were held up for 30 minutes. They collected 20,000 naira from him on the spot, you know, because he wanted to save me. And it's very important. He wouldn't have given them money. He was very vehement. He's like, I'm not giving you money. But he said, I cannot let you guys hurt. And I wasn't willing to give a dime. So And he told me on our way here, because we flew together from Lagos, the next day, the area boy showed up to collect another 80,000 naira from him.
Oh my God.
Yes. No policeman can protect you in Nigeria.
Exactly.
Forget it. Not during a crime, not after the crime.
Definitely.
But he said something yesterday when we were in the plane, which I cannot forget. He said, the mere fact that he stood his ground in that neighborhood, he became more powerful than the area boys. So over time, because of his resilience and his tenacity and his courage, they started bowing to him, you know. Of course, you know, as they did the election, he also did not win the election. He didn't get the allocation of votes that could make him win. But he still won. He's a better person than the winner of the election in his neighborhood. And a better person than the winner of the Nigerian presidential election. While they are unable to celebrate, I am being celebrated. And that's the most important thing. And everybody who was a member of AAC who contested in this last election, people respect them. It's as if we're some special breed of persons. You know, those are AAC people, you know. You saw what they did to me in my village, since my drone shot at it. But the next day they had to cancel the election, the drone monitored. Because they knew that the drone had the evidence. Even though they are still in possession of the drone, they still could not keep that fraudulent election. So many things happened that I cannot tell you tonight that happened to us. But one thing that did not happen to us was that we were never rejected anywhere in Nigeria. We were accepted from Port Harcourt to Kano. We went to Sokoto, Zamfara. We went to Plateau State. We went to Benue State. You know, everywhere we went, people embraced us. They didn't ask us our religion. They didn't ask us about our ethnicity. That shows to you that Nigeria of the future is around.
AAC, take it back, action.
But truth is that we were way ahead of our time. Because we are the ones who came with technology that they thought would come 4 years' time. We already have it, and they are wondering, who are these guys? We're like aliens. You know, we're the party that didn't want to prostrate to anybody. People are used to be slaves. When we came and they said, we don't prostrate, I said, who are these people? You know? We are the party that said we want to debate, and they said no debate. We took them to court. They said, but debate is a free thing. And we said, no, it's a fundamental right. You know, we are the party who police said, you know, come and give us money. We said no. We are the party who saw soldiers abusing people on the road, and we came out and we freed them. You know, yes, we are the party who traveled in the air, on the road. We are the party who traveled over water. We are the only party with a manifesto that the manifesto that nobody could challenge till today. Spicer Hits remains one of the best manifestos there is in Nigeria. We are the party that did not have a billboard, but had signs in the heart of everybody. We're the party that even the BBC, as they were writing about the winners and losers of this last election, they put us in the winners column. Yes. They said, and their reason was simple, they said, with no godfathers, and within 6 months, these guys started from nowhere and they took Nigeria by storm. They are the most loved by young people. We are the party who they asked to join a coalition, and we showed them what a real coalition is. You know, and today nobody could fault that coalition, because even the people who were running after coalition couldn't get as many, you know, votes allocated to them as we got. You know, I keep talking about allocation of votes. You know, but the fact is that we have started very well. And we have no doubt in our minds that the salvation or the liberation or the progress of Nigeria is tied to every one of us that is a member of this party. We are the party of conscience. You know, and we are the great people that Nigeria has been looking for and waiting for. And we have come and they have seen it. Look, everything for those who are on the Christian side, and me and Deacon, we discuss this all the time. Everything that happened to Jesus Christ happened in Nigeria in this election. In day of election, pastors said they wanted Barabbas. Yes, Nigerian pastors. They were preaching. They said, no, we don't want salvation. Give us the gift. I said, look, the Bible came to pass in Nigeria again. Pastors, very powerful pastors, they were kneeling down and said, God, please give us thieves. You know, give us killers. The ones that were not asking for thieves were asking for killers. You know, and the alternative that they had that could have taken the country in a different direction, they rejected it. But guess what happened? Something that happened in the Bible also happened after the election. You know, the synagogue of arrogance, the synagogue of iniquity also collapsed with this last election. Nigeria will never be the same after this last election. I can tell you that for free. That's for sure. That's for sure. And it was because of your intervention. One last thing, two things I'll say that we must own is we must own the narrative going forward. And there's nothing to be shy about. In the course of this election, found out that you are sending in $25 billion every year. And that is, in some cases, even almost the size of oil, you know, revenue per year coming from the diaspora. So two things must happen. One, we must make sure that there's diaspora voting.
Take it back! Action!
Don't let me deceive you. It will require a lot of action. If it means that we shut down all the embassies until we get to vote, we will do it. If we have to sit in or chain ourselves to their doors until we vote, every international event that the local ministers come to, we must go there and say, before we will listen to you, it was diaspora voting. Because we can't be sending $25 billion to Nigeria and we have no say. They did something in this last election, before I mention the next thing. All the people that came to vote for us from the diaspora left because they postponed the election last year. So the next thing we must do, because people have lost faith in the electoral process. That's correct. Nigeria had the lowest number of turnout since 20 years ago in this election. That's right. Because they know it's we must, as an urgent matter, fight for electronic voting. Where people can vote from anywhere, first place, and secondly, where you can verify that the person who voted is actually not a cow or a fish somewhere. I saw during the election someone with 200 voters cards. Yes, that is small. Even children voting. The idea of card readers, it has become obsolete. It doesn't work anymore. In fact, what they just do is, after they frustrate some people to queue up, they'll pack somebody will go to the bag, they thumbprint it, stuff it, and they are counting right in front of you. 10 people would have thumbprinted, by over 1 million votes for one person. You saw what happened in Yobe. There was bomb raining in the morning. Even the governor of Yobe could not vote. He issued a statement. By evening time, they said Yobe had the highest number. The same thing with Boko Haram was shooting left, right, and center in the morning. By 12 noon, 5 p.m., they have produced highest number of voters from Benin. That's what Fela calls people don't go vote. They come get big numbers. So those are the things that we must fight for, and we'll be discussing the rest. I don't want tonight to be too much talk. I came here purposely to thank you guys for your support, and for those of you who are all over the world, we would like to do a global tour once again. We want you to register as a member of the party. We want you to keep supporting the party. Nobody, and I'm saying this, nobody ever faulted the party's ideas, its manifesto. They didn't fault any of the things we brought to Nigeria. The only argument they had, which is a superfluous and somehow, I don't want to say stupid argument, There's the fact that, oh, you know, you don't have experience. And now they say what experience people can do. The other day they are killing people already. I said, oh, they are killing again. I said, that's next level. That's next level you voted for. Yes. So let's organize ourselves. Let's galvanize ourselves, and let's move en masse. You have no idea, and I'm saying this to you again. I know that I've said that's the last two things I will say, but you have no idea the impact you had this time around. Yes. You won't even know sometimes until maybe a historian will grab a copy of what we did this time around, look at all the photographs, the videos, and write a book about how a small group of people from the diaspora came together and infected people at home, and the movement started, and then a political party emerged from it, and it took everybody and everywhere by surprise. Completely. You know, it is the beauty of what happened this time around, and I think it's shown us that we have a very, very bright and beautiful future ahead of us, and that Nigeria, the country called Nigeria, can become a great country. Amen. You know, and it is not possible, by the way, that Nigeria will be great under this character.
Never. Not under them. As long as they're in power, they will never happen.
As long as they're in power, they are sitting on the destiny of Nigeria. You know, they are plugging and blocking any attempt at progress. That is their career. That is the job that they are here to do. But we must break that stranglehold and put Nigeria, unleash Nigeria on the rest of the world. Nigeria must become a place where Nigeria can progress. It should not be a place where Nigeria goes to die. That's where we are now. So once again, please, you guys, thank you so much. I'm thanking you on behalf of myself, on behalf of our team members, on behalf of our party members, and all those young people that you see with us all the time following around. You know, we had, throughout our 1 year trip in Nigeria, we had no police protection, you know, officially, except occasionally when our hosts get us police. And we have no injury to one person, not a single person. Well, except for Delta State, where there was an accident of the Delta State earlier on in the game. Everybody came, we did what we had to do, we conquered, and we are safe, and we are back. We are back to base. But please, please, whatever you can do to keep pushing this agenda, these ideas, to keep supporting us until we break the back of oppression and retrogression in Nigeria. Don't stop. Thank you so much.
Action!
We got work to do, Nigerians. We got work to do.
Okay, yeah. Does anyone have any questions, please?
Yes. Question. Thank you very much, our president, Mr. Sowore. My name is Prosper. One question I want to really ask is very, very important. Yes, we are all vibrant. Yes, we are all moving very fast. Yes, we are all eager to take Nigeria back from all these criminals.
Yes.
Yes, but I still agree. If anybody will agree with me that there was no election,
there was no. It wasn't. That was selection. That was selection.
There was no election at all.
No.
Everything was counterfeit.
Yes.
Nobody voted.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, there were people that were using minors, underage.
Yes.
4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
Everything. So how we cannot do the election now? How do we take these people back? Because we need to take them by fire by force. Yes. Even the next election, don't be surprised that the same thing will reoccur. If we don't have. So how do we prevent that reoccurrence from all these looters, from all these thieves, from all these criminals? How do we do that?
Thank you. It's very, very simple. No worry. Beju said it here. When we arrived in Nigeria, they were closing down the opportunity for more voters to be registered. There are 91 political parties in Nigeria now. At that point, there are about 70-something political parties. Nobody stepped up to fight on behalf of voters. We went and led a protest, and that protest led to 2 weeks of extension for voters registration. what am I trying to say? We are not just a party of manifestos and documents. We are a party of action. Yes, we are a party of action. We would encourage you to support us throughout these next 4 years. Whatever needed to be done to fight to expand the democratic space, we will have to do it.
Yes.
If you are abroad, there is a petition now on change.com. We are looking for 10 million people to ask for there to be diaspora voting. Sign up to that petition. Somebody's paying attention to it. If there's going to be a protest in front of the Nigerian embassy, take out time, or the High Commission, take out time to participate in it. It was Citizen AY when we were prevented from debating in the election. There were protests all over the world. It shocked them that just common, we didn't allow Sowore to debate. Protests in London, protests in America, protests at Channel Television in Lagos, another one in Abuja. It caught them unawares. So we had to stand up to these people. These guys are people that you refer to traditionally as bullies.
Yes, they are.
And the only way to push back a bully is to stand up to a bully. We have to fight them whichever way is necessary. Of course, I recommend peacefully.
Yes.
Yes. That is our recommendation. We'll roll out a number of action plans for the party, and a lot of you who are in branches across the world and at home has to work, because it's not only should we fight, we must also fight in synergy. So if we say we are doing something about voters, diaspora voting, if there is a protest at the ministry, at INEC, or at the National Assembly in Nigeria, we also want you to do it in the High Commission all over the country. If they see that even if it's 2 people across the world that went out on that day, there's no way they can say that they are not aware of it. And before you know it, somehow the international media will be aware of it. They will say, wow, Nigerians who are abroad want to vote. Can you believe that while they are denying us of the right to vote, this same last Sunday, I think Sunday last week, Senegal had an election, and everybody in the diaspora voted.
Yes.
21 African countries. 21 African countries are already.
About 21 African countries have already adopted diaspora voting. Why can't we? Why can't we? And what it would have done for us is that in this election now, there's no way we would not have won this election if there was diaspora.
Exactly.
We would have won the election by some serious,
Millions.
They know it and they are afraid.
And they know that. So we must fight for that. And the moment they know that we are serious, they won't take us for granted anymore. As I've said, we don't need foreign observers.
No.
We don't need American,
That's
or the kangaroo European Union observers. All of them are the same. They are working for the same agenda.
Exactly.
They have come out already. The UK has already said that the election was free and fair, and congratulated the man who rigged the election. But would you have accepted that kind of election in the UK?
No way.
Yes. So these are the teachers that are teaching us nonsense.
Yes. Teacher not teach me nonsense.
Yes. I hope that answers.
No, well done. Round of applause, please. Round of applause. Yes.
After this election, we are planning to move forward within the next 3 years. God help us. I'm thinking of how do we do it now for these 36 states that we must have secretariats. Each state to have secretariats.
Secretariats.
Lagos states, everywhere to have
secretariats. No, it's true. One of the things we need to do, permit me to keep sitting down for now. One of the things we need to do is to show to these people that we're not even affected by the outcome of this election. I want us to be operating as if, and people are already treating us that way. You know, people are treating us as if we didn't even participate in the election. As if it's the same kind of respect we had before the election. We even have more now, and it had to do with the way we conducted ourselves. We would be appealing to you very soon again to be able to raise enough funds to support secretariat presence across the 36 states, including Lagos. In fact, in Lagos, we had already started looking at properties that we could rent for another 2 or 3 or 4 years. Or if any one of you have properties that are available, as we got during the election, that we can use for our secretariat, let us know. Not only do we need secretariat in 36 states, we need it in all of the 774 local governments across Nigeria. And we need staff, we need volunteers. You know, another thing is, which is not what I need to elaborate tonight, because we'll be hearing from our leadership from time to time, is that we also must intervene in the lives of our people to show to them that this is what our government would have looked like if we had been in government. So if there's any assistance or support, not tokenism, is the reason I didn't want to go and be distributing clothes during the election. I don't want people to feel like, oh, suddenly you remember that this is what you need to do. But there's a lot of you who are interested in helping people. You want to give scholarship to kids. We saw some kids who were running after us and said, we don't want to be selling stuff anymore in traffic. We want to go to school. We can set all of that up, set up different structures that can support people at home. The truth is that our people have been stripped of their dignity.
Yes.
We saw that with what they did in Lagos State. At that point where they drove a lorry load of rice. Lagos State Secretary.
Oh, that was so painful. That was painful.
I was whipping. Even though I have a thick skin, I must tell you that one got me. When I see civil servants, because as they're slinging those things, it's hitting some people by their head, and it's not the person that the thing hits that will get the rice.
Yes.
You know, they are tearing their clothes, fighting over just some little rice. They don't even know whether the rice is poisoned or expired. It can't get worse than that.
Exactly.
And
how do they expect the disabled people to even catch food?
No.
They would rather enjoy
They're not distributing rice. They are stripping the last
Their dignity.
Yes,
That's
because
right.
you know they are stripping you of your dignity and they are filming it. So that they can tell you that there's nothing left. You know. And I just said to myself, wow, it is finished.
And in some cases, those rice were even expired, from what I'm hearing.
Definitely.
You know, there's no. I mean, it's terrible. So it's a lot. Whatever we'll be reaching out to ask for your support consistently. You know, out of that $25 billion you send home, or euros, or you know, if we can dedicate just a little to this political movement, we can save the continent of Africa.
Yes.
I'm thinking, is it possible that you keep the Sowore GoFundMe open?
Well, as far as 2019 is done,
every 2 weeks you come back, you know, to.
Well, as far as the 2019 is done, I want to close all my accounting support. That's why I did it.
For the future, that's right.
Yes. In the future, when we are ready, you saw what happened with the American Bernie Sanders. When he was ready, he came back. In 3 days, he raised $6 million.
Yes.
So I have no doubt that when we come back, people who didn't understand that they should have supported this child would have gotten the memo.
They would have got the, yes, they would have got the memo.
Is there a way you could influence the education center to teach about the history of Nigeria?
Absolutely. Look, it's not for us to even influence anybody. It's for us to create education.
Exactly.
Yes.
That will enlighten people and awareness. Yeah.
Maybe volunteers, lecturers, volunteers can go to schools, you know, high schools.
I just want to take a question from Dickin here because he's raising up his hand.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. I need to stand.
No, you can start.
Mr. Sowore, the president of AAC Party, welcome back to UK. And on behalf of myself, my family, and the group that actually we came together here in the UK to support AAC, we want to actually congratulate you. We want to say thank you for what you did, because your action kind of awakened the sleeping lions, the tigers, all these people that think they can do something in Nigeria. Because of your dream, you that was able to awaken a lot of Nigerians. I want to thank you for that. My question is, AAC did what, according to the result that AAC got, from the kind of work we did all over the 36 states, looking at the result that came out, I shed tears.
Yes.
I am from Edo State.
Yes.
Before I actually go into to asking my question, I want to crave the indulgence of all Nigerians, especially the Yorubas.
Yes.
You guys are betrayers. The Igbos, the Hausas, you guys are the problem in this country. Here is a young man who came out to open your eyes to certain your problems. We are here. We have no problem, but we've got Nigeria is our home.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
We have no other home.
Yes.
By the grace of God, I'll be 60 next year.
Whoa.
But I look
Wow,
still
you
very
don't look
young.
it, man. Wow.
But
Very nice.
the problem we are having right now is, are Nigerians ready to actually
Take it back.
take it back? My question to you, Mr. President, you have done everything. I know there is still some in the reserve. Nigerian people have not been able to give you the opportunity to give it all. The way you came out with the AAC program in 2019, are you coming out the same way in 2023? Number one question.
Stronger.
Number two question is, I talk about the coalition. Please, take it from me or you leave it. Are you going to go about bringing all the aspirants together? Because this is what most thieves were waiting for. To see you guys come together, but it never happened. But what I said to you, you can say it now. I say it to you even before the registration of this party. I said to him, God gave me that vision for all of you to come together. If Nigeria must go forward, what do you do in this regard?
Thank you. Thank you, Deacon. The questions are very straightforward. One relates to 2023 and one relates to coalition. And I would say with regards to 2023, I'll just say que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be.
Yes.
The future is not for us to see now.
Yeah.
But my duty is to do what is necessary to keep this movement going, keep the party strong. God bless you. And if I'm not there in 2023, and the party is able to bring out someone that has my kind of idea, dreams, aspirations, vision, and mission, we'll still be fine.
Yes.
Yes.
But you're going to lead it.
Yes.
AAC, take it back. Take it back.
But trust that I'm here to challenge the status quo.
Yes.
We are here to demolish all of those established institutions of oppression that are now causing depression in our country.
Yes.
And put them out of business.
Yes.
And I'll keep doing that. And I'm here to inspire more people. And we're already seeing it. A lot of people who otherwise never thought this was possible.
Yeah.
They are now understanding that there's a lot of possibilities out there. And you can actually challenge these people on their own talk.
Yes.
I have always said it, that the political class in Nigeria, they are only using fear factor as a way of dominating and controlling people. And the moment you stand in front of them, you discover that you are in front of a facade.
Yes.
They crumble. And that's what we did this time around. And your second question, which relates to coalition, you know what I'm happy about in this particular dispensation? is the fact that we were not forced into forced coalitions.
Yes, very true.
Yes, if we had entered into some of those coalitions that you were saying,
We would have gone back to
we would have
AAC.
ended up in the belly of the beast. The coalitions, some of them were set up so that we were denied.
They were trapped.
So that we were denied the kind of visibility that came about. If I joined, for example, PACT was determined to produce a result that was not me.
Yes.
You know, but I had the ability to see it internally because of experience and some form of spirituality too.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And I could tell that this was meant to deny the Nigerian nation of the opportunity of seeing a person who had a different vision.
Yes.
And the moment we got out of PACT, that was settled. But don't forget that it wasn't only PACT. Remember, because I confided in you that there was a young lady who was running around with us in London here, which we advised against, who also was saying, that time we didn't have a party, come and join us. Turns out she was working for Atiku.
Yes, she was. Unit strategy. Yes, unit strategy.
So, then you move from there, and you should listen to this.
Guys, listen.
One last joker they had was that if Sowore is not allowed to debate, then nobody will ever hear him, and after the debate, nobody will think about Sowore again.
Yes.
They did the debate. On the day of the debate, people were asking why Sowore not debating.
Yes.
Yeah, that was what robbed that debate of any credibility. Subsequently after, we had a chance to debate, series of debates that pushed us ahead of everybody.
Yes.
The question you should ask yourself, we should ask ourselves today, and we should congratulate ourselves over this pact and coalition issues. If we had surrendered to any of those coalitions and it didn't produce us, but it produced the other candidates, would we have been in a position that we are in today? No. Would we be sitting down here tonight? No. If we abandoned our mandate, you know, to a fella Drotoye, or to a Kingsley Mongalo. Exactly. They don't know what they were doing. Those are the people who were the people. Look at even Omoyele Sowore went to do the debate. The following week, she crashed out on
even the lady that stepped down last minute, 3 days before election, that idiot.
That was don't abuse anybody. It's fine. What I'm trying to say is that
One else.
we are here tonight. We are here tonight able to debate the future of Nigeria because we ran this race from the beginning to the end.
Yes.
Coalitions that when they were setting up was meant to deny the Nigerian people of the opportunity to know us and to hear us out and to have us deliver a mission to the people and to deliver a vision that will save Nigeria into the future.
Yes.
Because whether you like it or not now, we have been able to state our case very clearly. We have been able to deliver an agenda. In fact, we delivered to the Nigerian people a government that will save them, but they rejected it. Not the people. Because I want to address one insinuation that we got a certain number of votes. There was no voting. There was no election. What you saw was just allocation of votes. Based on if you are judging this election, be very careful not to take it to the bank because it's not a good collateral. The election did not happen.
No, it didn't.
That's just allocated votes to themselves, and they allocated to the smaller parties. For example, I'll give you an example. The guy who came third on their records had already endorsed Atiku and left the race.
Wow.
But they still allocated to him 110,000 votes.
It's nonsense.
He had already endorsed Atiku. The video is on. But they don't want a situation where we would be so powerful that everybody will rush to us. So guess what? People who knew what was going on, when they're doing the tabulation and calculation, they placed us as third.
Yes.
when they asked them, what about the other parties? All the other parties had already joined COP.
Yes. Yeah.
All the other parties had already joined COP, collected their own money, left the election. We were one of the few that ran the race from the beginning
to the end.
And today, Nigerians got to know us. Nigerians got a chance to understand that there are newer persons, you know, in town. There are newer ideas in town. There are courageous people. Nigerians got to know some of their citizens they never knew existed. That we must congratulate ourselves for.
Yes, round of applause.
I'll say one final thing with regards to coalition. Next time, when people want to approach us for coalition, they'll be very careful.
Under our coalition.
People will no longer be careless when they are talking about coalition with
AAC. Yes. Very true.
Yeah, you have a question. Don't ask too many questions, I don't lose my appetite.
My name is Adekunle Ogundano. I'm from Ekiti East, local government, Omoyele precise. I've got 2 questions. Number 1, to the best of my understanding, there are some members of AAC that, because, I'm not going to mention names, but if you've been following the video online, you will know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
There are some members of AAC, or there was a particular member of AAC, because he lost an election, he started running his mouth on social media. What instruments will the party put in place to sieve people? AAC, I believe, is known for credibility and the ability to deliver. I said something earlier, no Nigerian citizen should suffer anywhere in the world. And I believe that is what AAC stands for.
Yes.
But what mechanism will AAC put in place to sieve candidates, aspirants, and to know their true intentions so that the party image will not be tarred? That's 1. 2, I've come to realize that if not 99% of Nigerians don't even know their rights. They don't even know what is written in the Constitution of Federal Republic of Nigeria. If you don't know what is written in your law,
that's it.
How will you defend yourself when a soldier or a policeman decide to extort money off you without doing anything?
Yes.
And you too will succumb to the pressure.
We have.
So my question is, how will AAC tackle this issue through the medium of education, especially the younger generation, from primary GSS 1 to PhD? Thank God for technology. We don't need to carry big textbooks. We can have a PDF file, easily accessible, to be downloaded. Everybody carry Android phone in Nigeria now. Even there is China phone for 7,000 naira. That they can download, know their rights, and they will know that it is AAC that put that effort to enlighten them, so that by next election they will have enough information to make a decisive decision, well-informed decision. Because I believe that also play a part on the ignorance of some young Nigerians.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. The questions number 1 is about what we do to see party members who play the role of Judases in our lives. I would say that you can't always get it right. 6 months old as at the time some of those people joined us. But we had already seen the signs of some of these opportunistic individuals. But what you must understand is that when you have a good reputation, it's very difficult for anybody to soil it. When this particular individual went and did what he did, he had to close the commentary section of his posting. Yes, the AAC member did not let him get away with it. And even other people did not let him get away with it. Until until he was eventually unraveled. Because until this individual was eventually unraveled. But you didn't see as many as we saw. In fact, during the thick of the election, there was an AAC governorship candidate that went and surrendered himself to Buhari as well. What? You guys, really? What? I think it's Abia State or so, yeah. It's Abia. And said, handing you over is, but people didn't take them serious because
over structures, and structures stayed with AAC.
Yes. So, but people didn't take those kind of things serious because they know us. We have a reputation for being uncompromising. So, we are going to keep having those kind of things, but I don't think that should bother us. I would prefer to focus on millions of our members and not be carried away by a wayward individual.
So the next question,
may have been sponsored, because eventually I think he even went and started wearing Buhari's cap. Yeah, I declared for him. He's one of the people celebrating this rubbish that the second question you have is about know your rights.
God bless you, sir.
Yes.
That one doesn't deserve your attention.
Yes. What you should know is that even citizen AY, who is here somewhere, we have been talking, and he has a group already online that is breaking Nigerian constitutions down to smaller levels. It's not only breaking it down that is important, it's also making sure that they are translated to different languages. That's right. What we have done in this election is that we have an app, an AAC app now. And we are about the only party with an app that is as good as it is. We use it even in covering the election. While the president was asking that people should shoot aside, we're asking people to use apps to cover the election. So the difference is clear. We will use our app to do a lot of what you're asking for. What we'll do further is that it's not enough to know your rights. It's about also having people who can help you execute your rights. Or when your rights are violated, that they come to your aid. It's one of what AAC will be doing. We'll be recruiting lawyers. We saw a lot of things in the course of this contest. It's not new. But if you know the number of people who are in prison for doing nothing, then you will understand that Nigeria needs a lot of work. You saw how they arrested our members who were pasting posters. And it took us about a week to get them out of just for pasting posters. So you can imagine if they didn't get the kind of coverage they got, or didn't have the kind of lawyers that we gave them, they would probably still be in prison now. So it's a lot of work, but we will do that. We will ensure that people are enlightened about their rights, but also train them to enforce their rights. And that's why we serve as examples. When I would go out there in Nigeria during this trip and confront soldiers, people thought I was crazy. You know, when I saw soldiers ask people to lie down on the highway, you know, simply because they were tailgating their vehicle. You know, I mean, I did it not because I was crazy, but I know that I've been in that position before. And I always wish somebody could just come and rescue me or intervene. Do you know that when we eventually rescued those guys, they were crying, they were adults, but they were weeping like kids. And we said, why are you weeping? They said, they were already framing us up to be executed. You know? Because they looked at their trunk, they found some concussion because they are OPC members. They were coming from an Osho festival. So, and they had some concussions made of clay, you know. The soldiers already made up the story that these things are bombs. And that was the reason they were following them. So, we have to also learn that how to bond together, support ourselves, and ensure that when things go wrong with one person, we don't leave the person to suffer alone. So, what I want to say here is that this AAC should not only be a political party, but it should be a family. Yes, it should be a family. AAC, take it back.
Any other questions, sir?
Good evening, AAC member.
We know we've gone through a lot during this election, and one of the most important issue that really gave us like a drawback is the issue of publicity. And because all those NTA, TBC, China, all those rubbish, they are all guru to the election. I know they are cutting their own cake of the, share of the cake. It's fine with us. But what I want to say is this. I know you already have Sahara TV. I'm trying to kind of suggestion whether is there any way that channel can be transmitted all over Nigeria so that everybody can get access to it. Because that is the main, one of the main drawbacks we have. Yeah, thank you.
Well, thank you very much. We will do everything we can. Sometimes we're asking for terrestrial TV, and we already have TV in front of us. We have Take It Back TV, and it reaches a lot of people. Can you believe that before the election ended, Buhari was doing something that same day? There was something big. There were 3 major events that same day. More people wanted to hear what we had to say about the election than they wanted to hear what INEC was saying about the results of the election.
That video has crossed 100,000.
Yes. So just one video. I think I saw a video, the video we had with the confrontation with the soldiers in my village.
Yes.
That one has reached about 127,000 views.
Yeah, it was live.
Yes.
It was live.
So I think the video that I did for BBC saying that elections were not free and fair is almost reached 74,000 views.
Yeah, sure.
So people are paying attention to us. Sometimes it's not the beauty of the television that matters, but the quality of the content. And we will ensure that we do this. But it's going to be difficult for us to get a license in Nigeria. But we are also exploring. And if any one of you know how this could possibly happen, maybe we can domicile Sahara TV in the UK so that it can be transmitting. We can be on Sky. Yeah. So if anybody is willing to help with that, it's something we're exploring. So we can have some staff here in the UK, and we can have a studio and be broadcasting all over the world, and eventually reach Nigeria.
Sorry, one second, please. Why I raise the issue is because in Nigeria, honestly, it's very costly. Data, data is very, very costly. And I found out that a lot of people do not even get access to this. Like here, the data they chase you here, honestly. It's not like Nigeria, everything is so costly.
Don't forget, I don't want to shut you up. Don't forget that part of the reason we were running was also to democratize data. Because what is happening in Nigeria with data is a greed issue. And lack of proper regulation.
Extortion.
The cell phone companies are killing Nigeria. It is a criminal case of extortion. Outright extortion. That's what the cell phone. If I was president by now, even as the president-elect, I would have sent them a memo that there's a new sheriff in town. So let them get your ass to them. Yes, sir.
My name is Adedej. One good question. The only person I know, as in, I'm not into politics like that. I know Omoyele Sowore. I love your ideology from day one. About his choice to follow Feladro Toye and all. But from the first minute I said, these ones are not serious. You understand? This is my question. We've seen gubernatorial candidates, councillors, candidates for AAC, I personally, I don't really believe that. You understand? I believe one movement, Omoyele Sowore. So, my question is, what have you got in place? As in, what do you have in place to make sure you have many Sowore's in AAC? You know, we have people, they say that AAC, people, we have many people, they want to use this platform. I'm AAC, because this is the trending thing. What do we have in place that we don't have many APC and PDP in AAC?
Thank you very much.
You see, thank you very much, bro. Because my name is Comrade Osahon. Actually, my question was going there. You see, because for me, before I came into the Take It Back movement, it was actually regarding the ideology they have. Because as an activist, you know, we came in with the Take It Back movement to do everything different from what the PDP and the APC used to do. Yes. You know, to not buying votes, to not, you know, just to change everything, because we can't keep doing the same thing and expecting a different result. You get me? You know, what I'm saying is, it's good now that this is a thank you dinner, and we are all present on just to say thank you, because we have fought a good fight. And I want to say thank you for all you've done, your endless flight and all the night. But what I want to let people know is that when we call for a protest, they say no struggle, no victory. You can, no matter, you can pray and fast or sow your seed to pastor, do anything. If you don't struggle, a struggle is not an apple that will just fall down. You're going to go and get it. If you don't get these things, never, we cannot get it. So that's why when we call for protest, when we call for protest, let people come. Look, that mama, the live poster we did, this mama, she was coming in, she came in with a walking stick. You know, this kind of people, you know, they inspire me. You see, when my sister was telling me, you see now, I tell you about this Take It Back. What did you see with the position? I said, my joy, my consolation is the awareness we did with this Take It Back. I knew that they will obviously ring it, but you know, I don't want to, because of my voice, I don't want to tell people that so that they don't give up. So I keep saying Take It Back, Take It Back. I already know what will happen. For me, and I've set my gaze beyond 2019 already. As of last year, I was already last year, I was already thinking, you know, if we look up, because when we did something in Todo, when we were fighting for the not too young to Rombi, now 2015, you know, it took 4 years. You see, and people will say, oh, now they make noise maker, social media, whatever. But look, it actually happened. You see, that's why what I want us to do now is like, we know, like our president said, we are family. We will go for a protest. If it's Abuja, these people cannot shoot everybody. They cannot. And the good thing is that we are in a place. I went to Abuja, I had to tell Buhari to go home alone. I went there, I wasn't scared. And we are in a place that they can't touch us. Yes. When the security came out, they told me, I said, if you touch me, police were there. You know, I said, this is not Nigeria. You see, we are here, we can actually do this. You know, people will say protest. No, you know, the struggle. When activism is about everything, you know, who can write a petition should write. You know, it's like a body. Who can do a peaceful protest should do a peaceful protest. Who can do publications should do. It's like a body. What the nose cannot do, the mouth do. What the mouth cannot do, the ear do. So that's how the body is complete. Some people say, go see Benin, that place in Benin, there's no protest, there's no poster there. There's no poster there with the motion. You do it. Anywhere you see a meet that need. You know, if everybody start walking like that, they don't just say, it's Sowore. It's Sowore's dream. But God gave us Sowore to help him. And if we start thinking like that, trust me, 4 years, 5 years, look at the not too young to Rombi. It's history now. Some people are saying the not too young to Rombi paved the way for Sowore. If we didn't fight for that one with them, something I told them, it won't happen now. You know, so that's why now this petition is out. I sent you the petition. You know, it's on chamber. Let's wait if diaspora can vote. If we don't win already, if we can fight for that,
about petition, I was thinking because obviously if it was based on the purpose of a petition only, Sowore obviously would have won it, right? Yeah. Now, is it possible that we make a petition to say that it is compulsory that any person, candidate, wanting to be a president must present in a debate? Yes. And if not, that person should be immediately forced. That's very, very important. That should be raised.
Into the electoral act, I'm going.
So I want us to give this compact. Yeah. One great point.
Audience,
your question was about how to create more Sowore's. Yeah. But the question was already answered by yourself. You can already see that a lot of passionate people within AAC. Look, you need to know the amount of work that went into what we did in last week, and you know there are too many Sowore's already. Yes, He, he started walking around in Surulere. Even the area boys that took money from him later became afraid of him. Like, what is it about this guy that doesn't make him give up? So we just have to, what we did this time was to create an avenue for good people to rise. And a lot of good people started rising everywhere. I'll give you an example, a small example of Instagram. There are so many people passionate about us. Some celebrities had to either take a position or not be on Instagram. And they forced a lot of them to endorse us, grudgingly. Or at least they forced them to take a position. Because they said, look, we are following you every day. You post car, we say it's good. You post shoes, you say it's nice. Now we post president, you don't want to support us. Yes. The celebrities started running and complaining. Some of them even call me and say, you have asked your people to be stopping with you. It's not about me. I didn't send anybody to you. Hello? But you are the ones who asked people to go and obtain PVC. Now they are asking you who do they vote for. Do we obtain PVC to go and vote for a thief? Thank you. When you are endorsing a thief, is that the country you want to create? So these are the things that has already happened. But as long as we keep doing what we are doing, I will tell you a small story from Nelson Mandela's book, Long Walk to Freedom. Yeah. So he said one day he was in prison and they brought in new ANC activists into the prison. They brought them to Robben Island. And these guys were restless and they wouldn't accept any order from the warders. They now went to Mandela and begged him inside his prison, in his room, his cell, come and talk to these crazy people that we have just brought. He said, okay. Then Mandela had been away at that point for 10 years.
Things have moved.
Things have moved on. Mandela went to see them, said to them, guys, can I talk to you? They said, who are you? He said, Mandela. Ah, that's very good to see you. Baba. Then he started telling them, calm down, accept the rules of the prison. He finished, so this is what your Mandela has become. You're asking us to accept the rules of our oppressors. What am I trying to tell you there is that when Mandela came back to his cell, he said he was so depressed that he had even become less activist than he thought he was. He thought he was the biggest activist in jail. He didn't know that there were younger, more vibrant, more radical, more crazy young activists. Yeah. He didn't know until he met those people. I will tell you in the next 4 years, at the rate at which we are going, if we are not catching up, the younger activists that we are creating, the lions that are being awoken, even some of them, you cannot cross them. Yes. And that is what I'm happy about. It's the reason I'm not here saying that I must be the candidate in 2023. Maybe there will be a better candidate. I will support the person. You know, if it is me, everything we can to keep the purity of AAC, to keep the agility of AAC, to keep the discipline that we know with AAC, and to make it a party of, like I said, people with conscience. So that if your wallet falls off on the road and somebody returns it to you, they can ask the person, are you a member of AAC? Yes. Because otherwise you would not have given me back my
I'm very sorry, sir. Still on that question. The reason why is, in recent years, we all know, we that live in UK, we know Nigerian politicians, they don't have conscience. We've witnessed in the past few days, after INEC announced their own someone didn't even speak his language. He delivered his message in Hausa language. I'm Buhari's son and this and this and that. You know, AAC, anywhere you go, people, they do identify us as these people, they are here again. They're just gonna bang your head with the truth.
Yes.
That's what they know us as we know from. My question is, you've not answered my question, sir. My question is, how are we making, as in, what are we going to place that? You know, one bad egg, make the rest.
Yes.
What about if AAC managed to have a governor, a senator, and later on tarnish our image? Now this is mafia. You understand? For you, anywhere in the whole world, I will always go there. This man is what I think in my mind. But my problem is, you see people, the moment they said, INEC said Buhari is the president, someone said, I'm Buhari's son, that's it, we've been together for 4 years. This is mafia. As in, we have that name.
Let me just say it again, don't worry about that. We are putting in place structures now. We are putting in place ideas. We are putting in place codes of conduct that AAC will be associated with. We're also going to put in place educational programs to increase it. We're enlarging our coast, as they say, in our churches, that we will have a lot of people and we'll have a lot of time to do all of these things you're talking about. If AAC memberships are supposed to do certain things and you are not doing it, you cannot represent AAC in any capacity. And I see your point about some of the candidates we have now. Look, we are 6 months old. A lot of people came to AAC because they heard about AAC as a new party. We must also admit that some of it is opportunism. You know, they haven't been able to find other parties that can accept them, and they just saw AAC as a place to, temporarily achieve their objectives. That is not going to happen anymore going forward. But they will tell you even now that we are very clear. Let me tell you something that we did that stand us out. During the election, people pay, what they call them, party agents to monitor election. We didn't have money, but our biggest problem was not having money. It was getting people who are willing to be party agents first and foremost to volunteer to be party agents. And the moment we established that it was based out of sacrifice, then if we needed to buy you water, it was not a problem. But guess what? Even when we asked if people needed water, it turns out that all our volunteers don't need water. They were there till the end. They used their own money to buy water. But some people wanted us to pay party agents. But do you know what party agents are in Nigeria, the ones that are paid? They will collect your money and then they will go to the other person and show them the money of AAC. They will add that one on top of it. When it's time to sign away your rights, they sign it because these are transactional persons. So, but the party agents we had, they were volunteers and they were there till the end. They only signed up if they were sure of the outcome. That is why today, if they had to come out with so many of the results, you will not find a party agent signing the results because they didn't accept the results. In a lot of places, discipline is what that means. Sacrifice is what that means. So the moment you commitment, focus, the moment you put all of these factors into place and they load high, you will find the people that you need to take Nigeria to the next level, and that person will be an AAC person. There will be a characteristic of an AAC person already in Nigeria. if they see somebody and they say AAC, there's a need, there's a meaning to it. Those AAC guys. There was a police station 3 days ago before I came. They arrested somebody. Our guys just went there, area F. The moment they saw them, they said, "Oga, the person arrested, we are not very sure. You better let these people because their guy is coming up." And before you know it, they will block the gate of this police station. That's how we are. We don't take nonsense from people. So please, trust that the party will grow. The discipline will grow with it. And the number of people you are looking for, you even find more than you can even imagine. Let everybody who's got good character be himself, you know, and they will find a place in our party. That's it.
Quick question. Can I just take up from it? Okay, just so,
Okay,
this last one. It's not really a question.
this gentleman and then this gentleman and then...
Just a suggestion, not a question.
Just not really a question.
Alright.
Just to pick up from where for the party's sake. Yeah. There's PDP, there's APC, there's all these parties. But what you know about those other parties is they have a lot of corruption attached to them. But AAC, we don't really have that. So when you look at people who are members of the AAC, that is it highlights what we stand for. So if you have miscreants, which you're going to get at some point, acting out of order, you automatically know there's something wrong. You know, so collectively, you're going to dig into that person. You're going to have people backing you up to say, that guy or that lady is doing it wrong. Because that's not what we stand for. You know, we already know what we stand for. We already fought fights from years. So we get here now, you know, guys like the Jollof guy or whatever it is saying things. You're going to have loads like that. But if the majority here, we do not identify with those other parties who have this corruption and all this wickedness attached to them. We don't have that. There's a party here and it's still growing, you know? What is synonymous here is the joy, the organic nature will come together. If anything is happening to take that away, we have backup to say no, it's not. This is why he has said again categorically that it's a party with good intentions. You know, so when you see bad eggs and good intentions, you can't survive. You know? So just rest assured that we know what we're doing.
I have a question.
You should introduce yourself because I want to tell people what you did.
My name is Comrade Saint Arisco, and the convener of the 1 million march that happened in Benin City. That actually come from the Edo Strategy Group from the UK. And some of our members are here right now as I speak. I'll make reference to Pagawa, it's always there to guide me in terms of word of wisdom. I've got Comrade Samon there. I've got my chairman from 100%, Comrade Dr. Sami, and many others. Where is Yadi? So I've got my member here. If I'm not mentioning your name, please pardon me. I have and my lovely sister Victoria. So this is my question. We are fighting a good fight, and we are in a struggle. Is there any space for this party to put what we call the do's and the don'ts? Because I found out that after fighting and everything, one person will just come out and bring out a party member, garnish it, destroy your own party member. So what is in place to discipline such people? Is there any
policy and procedures
to put those people in check and balance? That is just my question.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I can speak as the party leader, you know, and the founder of the party, that we don't know all of the things that are happening out there. And the party has got do's and don'ts. But we are also careful not to be seen to be a tyrannical party that is monitoring how people are expressing themselves in every circle, because you have to be careful. But if there are specific cases in which we believe or understand that people have gone overboard, violating the rights of party members, of course we can intervene and we can take appropriate action in that regard. But that action must also go through a due process. That is, you just don't arbitrarily, say that somebody says something and the next day the person is kicked out of the party without going through a disciplinary process. So, if there's anything that has happened that you are aware of, please feel free to let me know. I will refer you to the appropriate authorities, organs of our party that will take up such an issue. We know there are a lot of people who act excessively. They don't act on behalf of the party. Some of them have been like that before they got into the party. So, and we don't want the party to inherit such liabilities in the party. We'll do something as soon as we are made aware of such things, without infringing on the rights of persons to freely express themselves, wherever they may be. So that's it. But thank you so much for bringing that to my attention and our attention. Yes.
One final question.
Yes.
There is 6 guys, our 6 AAC guys that are going to go back to court.
Yeah.
How are we going to? What's happening with them? And how are we? Well,
I don't know the exact date of adjournment of the case, but I'm aware the case has been adjourned. I think this March is the next hearing. We have competent lawyers who will take care of it. The most important thing for us is that they are not sent back to jail, that they don't revoke the bail granted them. So far, no problem. We don't think that this case can stand much scrutiny in court. We actually believe that as soon as the elections are over, they will stop coming to court, and the cases will die a natural death. That's
okay, thank you.
So, but again, I wanted you to give Comrade Arisco a round of applause for what he did.
Take it back. Action.
No restrictions. He's single-handedly organized. We're not single-handedly, but he was the arrowhead, the 1 million man march in Benin, one of the most successful political events even in Benin City by their own admission. So, just this brief context, to hold a rally in Benin, you have to be a member of one of the gangs controlling the streets. Yes, I'm telling you. And there's no known rally except our own in which there were no casualties in Benin. But we went to Benin, we arrived in the morning. Even the guys that were known were telling us that your ideas are different from the type that we fight against. Yes. We went around Benin City and not a single strand of hair fell from any of our members. And we left Benin City peacefully. The night we finished that day in Benin, one guy that has been asking me for money to organize a rally in Benin told me, how did you guys do it? And there were no clashes on the street. We stayed even overnight in Benin. We even went from there to the Benson in the Hausa University. Had another event. We didn't go to sleep until about 12 midnight. We were driving around the Benin. And I tell you, I don't want to scandalize Benin. Not every part of Benin is friendly at night. Nothing scratched us in Benin. And it had nothing to do with money. It had something to do only with our reputation of being a party, one that is non-nonsense and that is not around to participate in corruption.
Yes.
And they accepted it, they imbibed it, and they respected us for it. Thank you so much for that.
Yes, finally.
Steve in Edo State, there is one Jew. I just passed yesterday morning. So, members of the AAC present, can we please pay this young man, he's I think 37
Comrade Jude, yes.
37 years passed on, so let us.
He was contesting. He was contesting for Senate.
And he said he had Lassa fever, one of the fevers that don't exist anywhere else except Nigeria.
And what I wanted to do here, because we are family now, please, I want on behalf of this very young person, can we please raise funds? You know, his brother is here. Calypso.
Yes,
He's an active member of
AAC member. Yes.
He's at home. He's supposed to be here today.
Yeah.
Please, can we dip our hand because into our various pockets?
Yeah.
Whatever you've got, Calypso is here. Who can take this money to Calypso?
Yeah.
Calypso, so that he can a little bit of support for that family because you can no amount of money now that can actually bring this guy back. But let the family understand that we love him, we lost him, and he will remain indelible in our memory. 20 pounds is here.
Wow. Awesome.
Please, and from me, I will double this amount to 40, up to 60.
Yeah, let's go.
So, please, another 20 from that is my partner. She's been all along with me, and she supported too with 20 pounds.
Awesome.
Another 20 pounds. 10 pounds. 20 pounds. Thank you for that. 10 pounds from house.
Yeah, exactly.
Where? This I'm going to give to.
I'll
Yeah, no. Because I want to post on my work. If it can be shared at the end, it can be shared.
Yes, this one.
I appreciate your comment.
Let's see. Thank you very much. Let's see. Any more?
I will do my slide. I thought the
Presido. Presido. And let me can't money.
That's another 10 pounds.
Sorry.
You love it?
That's the name you guys come in classroom. I'm going to disclose that now. Don't worry.
No.
How much?
Can you take a picture, please?
Yeah, sure.
total for Comrade Jude, our
audience, please, audience. Thank you.
You know,
where's your camera?
a donut we lost a couple of days ago. We have raised a total of £300 tonight. On any other person that wants to still help, there will be an account number in the WhatsApp platform. You can always help going forward. And we're going to present this to Comrade Calypso. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Mr. John. Mr. John.
Take a picture of this now.
We'll always meet until we get to Asura. Until we get to Asura. We'll be there. Yeah.
Good girl.
Sure. You're not going back. I'm telling you.
This way, yeah. If you look this way.
Where's your camera, Ray? I don't know, because a new something.
Could I have everyone's attention, please? Does anyone have a louder voice? What's that?
Take it back! Take it back! Take it back! Please, let's listen to our lady here, please.
I need people's attention.
Audience.
Okay. Hello? One house, please. One house.
One house, please.
Hello? One house, please. Thank you all for your contributions. For us that are still here, we must honor the dead. Thank you so much for your contributions and your donations. From the family of the deceased, friends, family, those who knew him, they've respectfully asked that we observe a minute's silence, which I think is only the right and proper thing to do. After which we can draw the meeting to a close and then we can just mingle and network. Hello, for those on the corners, please, if you can hear me. Hello. So we'd like to observe a minute's silence to honor our departed comrades. Just 1 minute silence, after which we can draw this to a close. Thank you so much for your patience so far. Just 1 minute. Thank you. Thank you so much. May his soul rest in peace. Amen. You're welcome.
He will love this one. He will love it. He just called me and
Mr. John.
Sorry.
So you will have some. Well done. She told me we are doing
Let it put her into
Thank you. We had a great night. I think we should assist to that.
energy. You have great energy. Okay. Huh?
We're ready. We're ready.
Okay.
What's that? Where's the photo?
Yeah? I want to take
Hello, how are you, darling? God bless you, sweetie.
Washing out, carrying
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, AAC, take it back. Now the election is over. We still have a lot of work to do. Right there, in your local government, in your state, there should be a Sowore in you. There should be a Sowore everywhere. We don't have to wait for anybody to give you money. The spirit, the spirit of revolution, the spirit of movement in you should make you do something to make a change. Now the election is over. We're preparing for the next election. There should be something in you, zeal, which in you should make this party a success. I'm going to pass it to someone that's going to carry on from it.
I think the main thing you just indicated is about community vision. I mean, within your community, you already know that it inspires you, right? So how do you bring that together? It's easy. You just think about the vision that the Action African Congress Party is trying to project forward. The vision is one is unity, and then two, you actually want to take it back, and then you have profound leadership that will take you to another level that you haven't seen before. So this is more or less success for everybody. Because we put ourselves out there, the whole world now knows what we represent. So you can't just say, oh yeah, election is over, let's sit, relax on our laurels. No, it's impossible. You have to build on it, continue to work in it, refine it, and then redefine it for what it is, which is, success and progress. So this is what the party really stands for, and this is why we're here celebrating. The leader of the party, and he's been through a lot, non-stop for about a month, every day on TV, going around the country, telling people, selling an idea that you can actually take it back if you want to. So we don't have a choice really, unless you really don't want things to change.
Please do this well. Do not let the outcome of the election put you off. Because this is just the beginning. We have a lot of work to do, and it's in our hands, it's in your hands, it's in everybody's hands. We will get there. We will take it back. We will take it back to one day from the hands of this Kamal who are stepping on every progress of ours. So this is your hand, the man, please, let's do this. Actually, in that election, I think, in my own candid opinion, we won it. 5 months down the line, very young part coming up from August. And
Now we're here where we are. We proved so much. Guys, we won money and we can build on this for the next general election.
100%.
It's in our hands and I believe in you. You can do it. Thank you very much.
That's what the party is there. Really.
Thank you.
You know,
AAC, take it back. AAC, take it back.